Robin Miller, Marshall Pruett, Racer.com. If anybody tells you they know where Joseph Newgarden's going, they don't know what the hell they're talking about. We've talked to everybody in this paddock over the weekend, including Joseph's dad. Nothing's going to happen before October 5th. Marshall wrote a story today. Andretti would love to have him. I think Chip Ganassi's talked to him. I can guarantee you Roger Penske's talked to him, and I can guarantee Ed Carpenter's made him a nice offer to stay. So I think it's kind of says a lot, Marshall, that I think he gets some good advice from his father. Weigh all these options. Don't make any rush to judgment. Let's just see what happens.
And I think they're also making some good business decisions long term. We know that, let's say his father is maybe taking a larger management role, knowing that his son is really at the biggest pivot point of his career. We've known this kid's a badass. That's nothing new. He's a winner. He is everything that is meant to lead the series into the decades to come. Now all of a sudden, the attention we thought he should have maybe a year or two ago, why hasn't anybody snapped him up? How many times have you said that or written that? Now he's got a bunch of people snapping at his heels. Just don't think that's going to happen for just about a month.
Yeah, and Paul Tracy had me convinced he was going to be a Penske driver, but now I'm not so sure. But this is great because the dominoes, we wrote about Sebastian Bourdais going to Dale Coyne next year and Craig Hampson going with him. That's kind of an added bonus for them since they tore up Champ Car for 4 straight years and won the championship. The big free agents, Tony Kanaan, Juan Montoya.
Who?
You've heard of them, the old guys.
Old guys. Yeah, and that's a fun part, too. I mean, again, these are maybe the things we don't write, Robin, or haven't written. A lot of the stuff that what we do is you learn things, you hear things, you try and build on them and develop. A lot of things don't get written for many months. These two guys, Tony and Juan, have definitely been ones where I know your keyboard, you've been light on that in terms of putting stuff out there, and we've all been trying to keep things quiet for as long as they need to be. Tony, you know as well. I mean, he's told you something about a goal of his where he would like to drive before he ends his career, just as a personal goal. We know that Juan has been talking to everyone that we've said is interested in Newgarden. Let's just say that Mr. Montoya is interested in driving for them as well. So, yeah, between Tony, where's he going to go? Will Tony be at Ganassi? Could he be at a Foyt? I think, Robin, you can probably tell folks things have been pretty interesting on Tony's side as well.
Well, here's the thing. Does he want to stay with Ganassi? I'm sure he does. Him and Dixon are good teammates. It's one of the greatest teams in American motorsports, period. But you've got KV Racing's got a seat. I know Jimmy Vasser would love to have Montoya. They're buddies. He'd love to have Montoya there if he can find the money. Michael Andretti's told you he'd love to have an All-American team with Joseph Newgarden. Tony Kanaan, AJ Foyt, I think would like to have him. So in the next couple weeks, because a lot of these guys I don't think they can talk or sign until after September 18th or whatever. It's going to get real interesting.
Yeah, definitely very interesting. You look at all the teams. You look at Coyne with Sebastian going there. I think for Dale, who often funds or self-funds all the team, part of the team, you name it, they're good questions there. R.C. Enerson, holy wow, 2 races for this kid, impressing the heck out of everyone, and looks completely unfazed, not with a big ego. I mean, he appreciates how special this has been, but this kid has really come in, and I don't think most people knew who R.C. Enerson was, even though he's been in Indy Lights for a couple of years and come up through the Mazda Road to Indy. Could he hopefully find the money to stay and learn from Seb? And I also think that knowing that Dale is a place where almost every year, Robin, we have either paying drivers for sure in the second car or a rotation of drivers. Having Sebastian back full-time, if I'm a driver coming up looking for someone to learn from, I think Dale's house of speed is definitely more attractive than it's ever been, knowing who should be driving there, leading the team. If you look at some of the other rosters, look at AJ Foyt. Again, we know Takuma Sato is there, maybe at some point.
But yeah. I think today he might have sealed his fate. They may be looking for 2 drivers in next year. I really think, Marshall, that they may be. And I'd love to see Kanaan and Connor Daly at Foyt. An old guy showing the young guy the ropes, especially on the ovals. I want to see Sage Karam in a car. I want to see Matty Bradman in a car. I want to see Gabby Chavez in a car. Hell, we got plenty of drivers. We need more owners.
Yeah, isn't that the truth? And then you think about Ed Carpenter Racing as well.
And Jerry Hildebrandt.
Yeah, surprise of all surprises, Joseph ends up staying there, then great. What are they going to do for that second car, the one that Ed drives on the ovals? What are they going to do for the road courses? Would they stick with Spencer Pigot? We all think so highly of Spencer and know how hard it is to come in late in the season, try and really look like you're a pro. Does he deserve another shot?
Absolutely.
I think so. If Joseph leaves, that opens up. Think about it. Joseph, 5th in points with no full-time teammate. Again, badass driver, but if that seat opens up, we talk about how coveted going to Penske or some of these other teams would be. Ed Carpenter Racing, that primary slot as well. That, I think, would be huge. Who do you think might fill that if Joseph were to leave?
Well, I think, Ed really likes J.R. Hildebrand, and I think he probably got a bad shake as a road racer with Panther because they never seem to have the setup, even for Dan Weldon. And I think Spencer certainly earned a chance to stay. And all I know is that there's a lot of deserving guys. They're not all going to have a seat, unfortunately. But you can read about it on racer.com, Marshall Pruett's photo gallery, his videos. We appreciate you guys watching racer.com and reading the magazine because, let's face it, I need the money.
He does.
Robin Miller for Marshall Pruett. Thanks for watching.